A very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all on this ज्ञान तृष्णा प्लेटफॉर्म. मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आप सभी अपने हेल्थ का केयर कर रहे हैं and you are also studying as well. So let's start with what to read in today's newspaper. We are here with 15th Feb 2022 newspaper. As you can see, on page 5, today on page 1 we don't have many important news, but you can see there you have one very infographics made related to ISRO, but that topic is very well explained on page 5. So we are going to start with page 5 itself. Page 5 pe you have one important news which says ISRO puts 3 satellites into orbit aboard PSLV C. Now ISRO has not been doing too many satellite launch from the last 1 or 2 years. So again, this is said to be a remarkable thing. This has been successful also. So a matter of joy for the ISRO scientists and the country. Now, moving on page number 6, on the editorial page, you have another article zooming in on the potential of India's geospatial sector. Now see, this is a thing which has come in last 1-2 years. Last year, the government decided for going into the geospatial sector. So that is another thing. Now, third news is incorrect diagnosis, wrong remedy. This is related to IS recruitments. Also it is about the new rules of the government which we have been discussing over the last 1 week. Then fourth news on page 10, EWS norms will stay, said Supreme Court. And on the text and context page, you have one explainer again today, and that is the Parkway fisheries conflict, a tale of competing livelihood and a depleting catch. Last day also, we have seen the Tamil Nadu fisherman issue. So it is about that. It is an explainer series about that. Let's start with the first one. First is ISRO puts 3 satellites into orbit aboard PSLV C. Now there is one thing. Do you know what this C means? It means commercial. It means that the ISRO is not just spending money, it is also earning some money through commercial launches. And this PSLV C. in that C denotes the commercial end. Now see, what has happened? ISRO through its remarkable launcher PSLV has launched another satellite into the orbit. Okay, Earth observation satellite was launched. What you have to see, what is the satellite, what is its use, then where it has been placed, okay, and which vehicle was used. These 3 things if you see, and if you go into a little bit background of the launch vehicles, that is more than sufficient. Just have a little bit idea about the launch vehicles, how many stages of engines are there, plus like how it is different from the other previous one SLV, the new one GSLV, how it is different, what type of engine it uses, and that would be sufficient. Along with the one satellite, Earth observation satellite, it has also placed 2 other satellites. So also find out what are they. Okay, now moving on to the editorial page, it is talking about India's geospatial sector. And in this article, you will find that, first of all, what can be the potential size of geospatial sector in India. Potential. It has been discussed here, something around 1 lakh crore rupees. Then it has also been talking about what are the key issues, why this geospatial sector, even though government has been trying to attract the private sector, but still the things has not been going very good. So why it is, what are the key issues, okay. Then it also gives you solutions, like what can be the way forward, how we can resolve these things, what the government needs to do, what can be done by the private sector. These things have been explained in this editorial. So again, since this is a new thing, you must go through it to understand what is geospatial sector, what are the key issues, why it is not that much evolved in India, okay, what can be done in this regard. This again is very significant. Now on page number 7, you have one article, incorrect diagnosis, wrong remedy. Now, this is related to the change in the rules, Indian Administrative Cadre Rules of 1954. Recently, the government changed it. You might have seen in the explainer series also, in the explainer series of Hindu also, and a few days ago in the last week it was also there in the news. So now there is an editorial also related to this, and basically the thing is there is shortage of IS officers for central deputation. Now this is a quite irony. So many people are trying to get into the job, and still government is also facing the problem that they do not have the sufficient manpower. So it's quite an irony. But let's see what in this editorial you can find why there is a shortage of IS officer, and in that it is also given why we have this so many less recruitments over the last 20 or 30 years. After this age of liberalization, privatization and globalization, the number of IS officers who are recruited every year, their number has been going down, and for that reason itself the government is now facing those shortages. Okay, plus other factors which are responsible behind the shortages, that is also explained. And at the same time, this is like a mains answer where they have given you the problem or the challenges, and also they have given you the solution. So this editorial is again very important because you can get both these things at the same point. Okay, moving on. Now this is one news. EWS norms will stay, says Supreme Court. Now in this news, basically it is not that you can find too much data or too many things around it. Just find out what is this EWS norms in India, what are the principle behind it, why it was extended, what was the merit, what are the challenges, and just that much. Don't go into the judgment of the Supreme Court at present because too many things are going on. Supreme Court will be coming with its judgment in March according to it, and then you can read about the judgments as well. So at present just find out what are these EWS norms, what are the merit behind it, what are the challenges related to this. Okay, now the last news for the day, that is the Parkway fisheries conflict, a tale of competing livelihoods and a depleted catch. Now this one explainer series will help you to understand why there is so much tension in this Parkway region, or why there is so much tension between Indian and Sri Lankan fishermen, why there is always this incident that some fishermen are arrested. So this has explained in detail what is the backstory, what is the conflict, and also like why it is yet to be resolved, why it has not been resolved yet, what are the problems. These all have been explained in detail in this explainer series. So very important one. For IR and for India-Sri Lanka relation, this article is quite important. Okay. So these were all for today. Thank you for listening to us, and you can stay tuned with our Telegram channel for more updates. We have also launched NCRT course from 14th of Feb. So you can inquire about it, and all the best. Keep studying. Have a great day ahead.